A mysterious image taken from orbit has exploded across the internet. In the photo, a massive red structure appears to rise above Earth's atmosphere, glowing like a giant luminous creature suspended over a storm. It almost looks impossible. The image was captured by an astronaut aboard the International Space Station, and ever since it surfaced, people have been asking the same question: what exactly is this thing? But the truth behind this moment may be even more fascinating than the image itself suggests. In this video, we'll break down what was actually captured, how scientists explain it, and why it reveals something extraordinary happening far above our planet. The image that quickly spread across the internet was taken from the International Space Station, orbiting roughly 400 kilometers above Earth. From that vantage point, astronauts frequently photograph weather systems, city lights, auroras, and lightning storms. But occasionally their cameras capture something far more unusual: events that occur high above the clouds and last only a fraction of a second. In this case, the astronaut's camera captured a massive burst of red light rising far above the storm system below. Instead of appearing inside the clouds like ordinary lightning, the structure stretches upward into the upper layers of the atmosphere. In the photograph, it looks almost organic, like a glowing jellyfish or a giant branching tree suspended in the sky. What makes this event so striking is its enormous scale. Some of these flashes can extend for tens of kilometers, forming gigantic shapes that are completely invisible to people on the ground. Most of the time, they occur so quickly that even pilots flying above storms rarely notice them. Astronauts, however, have a unique advantage. From orbit, they can observe the entire structure of a storm system and the atmosphere above it without clouds blocking the view. This makes the International Space Station one of the best observation platforms for studying these brief atmospheric events. Scientists studying the photograph quickly recognized that the image captured something atmospheric researchers have been investigating for decades: a rare electrical flash known as a red sprite. Unlike ordinary lightning that travels downward or horizontally inside clouds, sprites appear high above storms and form spectacular branching patterns in the thin air of the upper atmosphere. But the photograph from orbit revealed something particularly dramatic. The structure appears unusually large and well-defined, showing multiple branching tendrils stretching both upward and downward at the same time. Capturing this level of detail in a single image, especially from space, is extremely rare. For scientists, moments like this are incredibly valuable because they provide a snapshot of a phenomenon that normally disappears before anyone has time to study it. And capturing it from orbit gives researchers a perspective that is almost impossible to obtain from the ground. But this raises an even more interesting question. If this strange red flash isn't ordinary lightning, then what physical process could create something like this high above a storm? To understand that, we need to look deeper into the hidden electrical environment of Earth's upper atmosphere. Although the image may look mysterious at first glance, scientists actually have a detailed explanation for what's happening. The glowing red structure belongs to a group of atmospheric phenomena known as transient luminous events, often abbreviated as TLS. These are brief flashes of light that occur high above powerful thunderstorms, typically between 50 and 85 kilometers above Earth's surface. That region lies in the mesosphere, a layer of the atmosphere that sits far above where ordinary weather occurs. Sprites form when extremely powerful lightning discharges inside a storm release huge amounts of electrical energy. When that lightning strike occurs, it can briefly disturb the electrical balance between Earth and the upper atmosphere. In simple terms, a lightning bolt doesn't just affect the air inside the cloud, it also changes the electric field far above it. When the electric field becomes strong enough, electrons in the thin air of the upper atmosphere accelerate and collide with nitrogen molecules. Those collisions release energy in the form of light, producing the glowing structures seen in images like the one captured from orbit. The reason the flash appears red is directly related to those nitrogen molecules. When nitrogen becomes energized by fast-moving electrons, it emits light primarily in the red part of the spectrum. That's why sprites often appear as deep crimson flashes rather than the bright white or blue colors associated with ordinary lightning. Another reason these events look so unusual is the extremely thin air at those altitudes. Because the atmosphere is far less dense, electrical discharges spread out across much larger distances instead of forming narrow bolts. The result is a wide branching structure that can stretch for dozens of kilometers. Scientists have documented several different shapes for sprites. Some resemble branching trees, others appear as vertical columns of light, and some form jellyfish-like structures with long tendrils extending downward. The exact shape depends on the strength of the lightning strike and the structure of the electric field above the storm. Despite decades of research, sprites were only confirmed scientifically in 1989, when sensitive cameras finally captured them during a thunderstorm. Before that, pilots occasionally reported strange flashes above storms, but those observations were often dismissed because no photographic evidence existed. Today, thanks to modern high-speed cameras, satellites, and astronaut photography, researchers are finally able to study these events in detail. And every new observation adds another piece to a puzzle scientists are still trying to solve. Because these flashes aren't just visually stunning, they may reveal something deeper about how Earth's atmosphere actually works. At first glance, a brief flash of light above a storm might seem like a simple atmospheric curiosity. But scientists believe sprites could be part of a much larger electrical system connecting Earth's surface to the edge of space. Thunderstorms generate enormous electric charges. Inside the storm, collisions between ice particles and water droplets create powerful electric fields that eventually produce lightning. But that energy doesn't always remain confined to the clouds. Some of it appears to travel upward. When lightning releases its energy, it can trigger electrical reactions in the upper atmosphere, briefly energizing regions that were once thought to be mostly unaffected by weather. This suggests that storms may influence atmospheric layers much higher than scientists previously realized. Understanding this connection is important because the upper atmosphere plays a critical role in many planetary processes. Electrical discharges high above storms can create reactive molecules, such as nitrogen oxides, subtly altering the chemistry of the upper atmosphere. Sprites may also interact with the ionosphere, a region filled with charged particles that affects radio communication and satellite signals. Changes in electrical activity in this region could influence how energy and particles move through the atmosphere. Another reason scientists care about sprites is that they reveal how little we still know about Earth's upper atmosphere. Even though satellites have been studying our planet for decades, phenomena like these remained hidden until relatively recently. That's why observations from the International Space Station are so valuable. Astronauts have a unique vantage point that allows them to capture events happening between the clouds and space, regions that are difficult to monitor using ground-based instruments alone. Each photograph helps scientists refine their models of atmospheric electricity and better understand how energy flows through the entire atmospheric system. And as more spacecraft and observation missions continue studying these regions, scientists expect to uncover even more surprises hidden above Earth's storms. Because our atmosphere isn't just a calm layer of air protecting the planet, it's a dynamic electrical environment that connects weather, chemistry, and even near space in ways we are only beginning to understand. This viral image offered a rare glimpse into a phenomenon that most people never see. High above the clouds, powerful electrical events can briefly illuminate the upper atmosphere with enormous flashes of light. These moments reveal that storms influence far more of the atmosphere than scientists once believed. By studying these flashes from space, researchers are uncovering new clues about how energy moves through Earth's atmosphere and how weather connects with the edge of space. And the next time a powerful storm passes overhead, remember, something extraordinary may be happening far above the clouds, completely invisible from the ground. So what do you think about these mysterious sprites? And how many other hidden phenomena are unfolding above our planet right now? Events we simply haven't learned to see yet? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm genuinely curious. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on space exploration and scientific discoveries. Your support truly makes a difference and helps this channel grow. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.